Hey there, Burgman owners. This is Bugman Chad from the Burgman USA website. I just wanted to take a moment and show you how to install the LED lights in your mirror. One thing that I've found over the years of riding my Burgman is that it's very easy to forget that your blinkers are on. Now, I tried to remedy this earlier with a piezo buzzer, and I've pulled those out with my earplugs in and my new helmet, which has really good sound deadening qualities. I can't hear the piezo buzzer, so it's basically worthless. It just annoys people, I guess, around me at the stoplight. So I went ahead, I'd seen a few other people had done this, and I found the Oznium flexible LED strips, as you can see here, and I'll show you a close-up in a minute and tell you some of the features. And I switched those out with the piezo buzzer. The great thing about this is it's very cheap to do. I just took it out for a test run, and not once, of course it is brand new, I didn't notice that I couldn't notice them. It's very obvious in my peripheral vision that there's something blinking. So that's the two things, and it's a super easy upgrade. You can do it probably in about 10 minutes. If you've never done anything like this before, let's say 15, maybe 20 minutes. It doesn't require any soldering, no cutting of the harness that's in the system. It's basically cutting the wire that comes with the Oznium LED and stripping it and plugging it into an already existing harness. Just takes a little bit of finagling to make sure you got it in there right. But it was very easy. The Oznium LEDs are 12 volts, so there's no capacitors, no extra wiring required. It would seem to be a pretty easy upgrade to me, and I'm all about easy upgrades. So I'm just going to take a moment and show you a couple of the features. Okay, here's a close-up of the Oznium strip. It's a flexible LED strip, and this one's 2.4 inch. And as you can see here, it's flexible, which I found to be very useful because in the application that I was using it in the housing of my mirror, I needed it to flex a little bit. So with the flexibility, it allowed it to look like a factory install. I was very happy with the way it turned out. The other benefit of this very thin strip is that it doesn't really block any of the mirror, which some of the other blinker reminders or extra blinkers I've seen that are shaped like arrows and would attach to the actual mirror, they would block as much as 20 to 30% of the mirror. So I was not happy with that as an option, and had actually gone with the piezo buzzer as a remedy for quite some time. As it turns out, the piezo buzzer was next to useless. Between my helmet and my earplugs, I couldn't hear it at all, and I'm sure that people at stoplights were pretty annoyed by it. So that's the last thing. I don't want to annoy anybody. I want them to notice me. I want them to be aware of me, but I do not want to annoy them. Now, if you look here, it comes with a double-sided sticky tape, and here's a great thing. This particular LED, it's in a kind of a flexible housing. As you can see, it's square, so on each side there's a surface for mounting, so you could put it on any one of the three sides. This particular one's the 2.4 inch orange, and there's, as you can see, 6 LEDs installed here, so 3 and 3, it makes 6. Very easy to install, very noticeable. I was very happy with how it worked out, and I'll be looking forward to getting to the point where I don't notice them, and hopefully will still be reminded that my blinkers are on. Okay, currently you're looking up on the underside of the mirror housing. This piece here in the front would be the reflector, and this is the little piece that I was talking about right here. That piece is it's just a little kind of a cover, and it just pops out, as you can see. Just clips in there, it pops out, and then once you've done that, you just want to reach up in here and unscrew the Phillips head screw. Okay. Okay, that's the screw. You see that? Okay, I just backed that up a bit so you can see this. Just stick this up in there, and you can see I'm just putting a little bit of pressure forward, and then this piece pops out. And now, this is the wire that you're going to be dealing with. Okay, now I've already put this together. This is the wire that comes through for the actual LED strip. This is the housing, and as I said before, you just push up on this tab. You can see here I'm pushing up with my thumb, and then you pull it apart. So you got to make sure they're just separated. And again, here's the two wires. I guess it's more like about ½ an inch is what I bent it and slipped it into the piece here. Okay, and I just slipped it in on the top side there so I get good contact. Again, there's a black and white striped wire, and on this side it's solid black, on the other side it's a lime green like it is on here. So just a correction there, I guess. Make sure that the copper side goes with the black and white wire. Okay, you can see here I got the wires back in place, and I just like to push them to the side, that way they don't come in contact with one another. And then you slip the clip back over it. Do it gently so they don't slip out. And that snaps back in place, you can feel it. And I'm just going to do a quick test. Okay, the blinker's working great. This just all slips back in to the space. Told you there's two tabs here. That snapped back in place. And you're just going to reverse everything like you did earlier. Okay, once the housing snapped back in place, the Phillips head screw just goes right back in. Just make sure it's in, and you'll feel it tighten. It's not too many screws, and then this little cap goes back in place. That's all there is to it. And that took me probably about 5 minutes in total, even filming it. So two sides, you should be able to knock it out in about 10 minutes if you're familiar with it. 20 minutes if you're not.